Hey fellow peers, Sofia Static here, and welcome back to another installment of Closeted Anime Geek. This is a series where I discuss, review, and analyze things relating to anime. Today I'll be discussing Season 2, Episodes 9 and 10 of Komi Can't Communicate. Quick recap. Tadano is the average Joe, who's helping the popular girl with social anxiety make a total of 100 friends. We're continuing with the Kyoto field trip arc. This time, everyone is free to go wherever they want with their assigned groups. Komi is going with two classmates we were introduced to in the last episode. It's pretty awkward because they don't really know Komi, and Komi is too anxious to interact. At first, they don't have anything planned, that is, until Kato pulls out a schedule for the day. The first thing on our schedule is to leave Kyoto and travel to Osaka, specifically to Utopia Street, Japan, which is basically a knockoff version of Universal Studios. It's crowded, but Kato has extra passes to get on rides quickly. Soon we realize that Kato is a meticulous planner, almost down to the second, because the next thing she has scheduled is to go get takoyaki, which means they have to leave the not Universal Studios. Next they go to a temple and visit some deer. Listen, if cats weren't already an established motif with Komi, I'd associate her with a deer. Things become tense because Kato blames their classmate for not eating fast enough, so they wouldn't have to rush around as much, even though the takoyaki was piping hot. Both have their own pace and priorities. Kato seems more jam-packed, meticulous, and serious, while Sasaki seems more easygoing. She would have happily spent all day at not Universal Studios. Komi plays mediator though, and assures them that what they've done so far is really fun. She even shows them pictures that she took throughout the day. I like that this was one of the few instances where Komi resolves an issue. It's easy for shows to fall into a pattern where someone like Komi needs all their problems resolved and where she has or doesn't develop the ability to do the same for others. In the next segment, they go to Futomaki Movie Land. Guests think Komi is a geisha because for some reason she's dressed like one. Honestly, it's probably an excuse to just put her in that outfit for no reason. Also, it takes a long time to get dressed as a geisha, so how the f*** did she do it? Anyways, because she's gained attention, the Movie Land's theater attraction actors star a whole scene with her. Sasaki sees this out of context and tries to save Komi. Okay, get this. Apparently, Sasaki has these special yo-yos and she intimidates the shit out of the performers while disguised in a mask. I guess what makes her special at their school is that she's a yo-yoing master? Okay, I don't know what I expected out of her, but sure as wasn't that. Kato confronts her later on about it because it's obvious it was her. But Sasaki is too embarrassed to admit it because it's uncool to yo-yo. Kato confronts her through shogi strategies because apparently Kato wants to be a shogi master when she's older. So that's what makes her special at the school. And they claim they weren't all that special in the last episode. What the fuck? But eventually it's time to go to bed, but not before some girl talk, ooh. Including boyfriend and crush talk, Kato admits she has a thing for Makoto Katai. She doesn't go into too much detail about it, just that she's curious about him. They ask Komi if she has a boyfriend or a crush, even though they suspect her and Tadano are going out. The thing is, Komi doesn't know exactly what a crush feels like. But after she gets a brief explanation of what it's like, Komi comes to the realization that she has a crush on Tadano. The following morning, their field trip comes to an end as the class rides the train back home. Kato and Sasaki come to terms with that the real Komi is not who they imagined her to be, and they don't seem disappointed at all. They plan a last-minute scheme by having Kato and Tadano switch seats. That way, Kato can sit next to Makoto and Tadano can sit with Komi. High school shenanigans, am I right? It's a Valentine's Day centric episode, and Onome asks Komi if she has any plans for the upcoming holiday. When Komi claims she has nothing planned, Onome invites her over to make some goodies, and Kade tags along too. My favorite trio back at it again. Fun fact about me, Valentine's Day is one of my favorite holidays. I'd say Halloween is the only other holiday that trumps it. We find out that Onome has a couple younger siblings, and we get some baking and childcare shenanigans. On actual Valentine's Day, everyone is anticipated, even Tadano. He's checking if anyone gifted him anything. So far, no. Komi's not only receiving treats, but she's given them too. Nakarada thinks this holiday is just corporate manipulation until she receives a gift from Komi. The boys are anticipating Valentine's Day gifts too, having their own gift exchange fantasies. Makoto surprisingly gets more treats than any other boy in the class. Meanwhile, Tadano seems sad that he didn't get anything, not even treats from Komi. Actually, I take that back. Makoto gets him rival chocolates, but Tadano is not counting that. What? Nor chocolate from his mom or his sister counts. Okay, I'd be grateful for any treats. I don't care if they come from a friend, family member, whatever. It's like, give me that candy. After his family requests him to go get ice cream, he accidentally hits Komi with his door because she was waiting outside. Apparently, Tadano was so upset that he missed a student council meeting and Komi wanted to give him some paperwork. Tadano then comes to terms with not getting anything. It's normal for him not to get anything, but he shouldn't have a gripe over Komi's decision to not get him anything. But he still worries that she doesn't like him. But then, Komi runs back to finally give him his friend chocolates. Tadano admits that he worried if he'd get any chocolates and that he was embarrassed to admit his worry. That was because all of her other friends got treats, and he feared that she didn't like him anymore because he didn't get anything. But he feels extremely happy to get treats from her. I'm glad Komi had some time away from her established friends. 90% of episode 9 was just with those two girls. It shows how and if Komi can develop friendships on her own. It was similar to that one segment where she had to go to the hardware store with Otome and Kade. I will admit, something was off about episode 10's animation. Like the lines seemed thinner and flatter than normal. In most episodes there seems to be variance in line weight and thickness and flow. But in episode 10 it just seemed stiff and limited. Maybe it was a budget issue, or maybe the animators had to rush something, I don't know. Also, the facial features seemed a bit off-put. I'm not counting the moments where it's purposefully off-put for heightened effect. I'm talking more in a general, casual sense. For instance, the eyes seemed uneven or spaced out inconsistently. It seems like subtle character features were altered or missing. Episode 10 reminded me the most of 2000s romance anime that I used to casually watch, especially with the dramatic, sappy story beats. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it had a slight whiplash effect. Even though I'm a sucker for Valentine's Day episodes, I don't know how I feel about episode 10. It might be the weakest episode of the season for me, mainly based on the animation quality and the whiplashing of the story. I have hopes for the remaining episodes to pick back up. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, be sure to like and subscribe. How do you handle meeting new people? Do you take it slow or are you abrupt? Also, what's your favorite thing to do on Valentine's Day? Let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, stay safe and stay loving, my fellow peers. Bye!